and try to work through it with them, right? It's going to be great. You're going to see how easy it is to fluff up things you already say and make them better with a little more detail, right? So that's the plan for today. I see Moneta's here. I'll add her here to our moderator. Hello, Moneta. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, here we go. And we'll set her as moderator as well. And Ava, welcome. I see you there, Dana. Heaven's here. Samir's here. Hi is here. Avance. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Mateo. All right, guys. So let's welcome Moneta in the chat. You see her there. She's the moderator. You see? She's ready to go. If she talks with you at all in the chat, please just respond and be peaceable and respectful. And we'll have a wonderful time together today. Thank you for joining us, Moneta. And Candy, our co host, is here. Candy, everybody help me welcome Candy to the stage. You'll see her jumping first. There she is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good, but I'm a little bit busy today.
Oh, you were a little bit busy today at
Yeah,
work?
yeah.
Okay, well that makes up for Monday because Monday was kind of slow, right?
It is. It is Tuesday now. It is Tuesday evening.
Yeah, that makes up for Monday. So Monday you said it was very slow, so Tuesday was busy, right?
Oh, okay.
Mm. Well,
I'm going to have a lot of things to do tomorrow.
there it is. Earn the paycheck or yeah, some days are that way. Um, we're busy at work with less and less people working and more customers, and it's been stressing out the staff because we're on a hiring freeze where we can't hire anybody. There's no overtime. It's been little bit stressful. So we found out that I'm able to hire 9 more people in my department. So they're going to start the interviewing process, taking applicants and everything. So there's a little bit of hope. It'll still take a few weeks, but well, welcome everybody. This is Candy, and I'm Jonathan. Moneta is in the chat, and we are representing Toliko Vima English today. That's our community. And we're going to be enhancing your everyday statements, right? I know we've talked about this before. We've even done these exercises in a way before. But this time I'm going to charge you guys with the challenge of doing it yourself. We're going to take I'll give you a regular statement and you can tell me how to enhance it, by adding some different words, descriptive words, or that kind of thing. And it's going to help you level up right away. Most of you can carry a conversation, but you stick to the easy expressions, right? How are you? I'm fine, right? Nice day today, right? Yeah. You get into that, I can answer, but I'm not going to add anything to it because I might mess up. So we're going to help you to add details to your answers or to your statements, and you're going to feel more comfortable with it by the time we're done. So I want to pull it up here and then challenge Candy first. Because sometimes, I get really guest focused, and Candy is a host with me, and we do want to focus on our guests, but she's also a ongoing development with her English. So, um, yeah, I don't want to make it all work and no play for Candy. So let me find what I'm doing here. There we go. There we go. And we'll bring up the things that. There we go. That'll work. Okay. So for Candy, let's go at the top. Candy, the simple statement is I am happy. I am happy. That's a simple response. How are you feeling today, Candy? I am happy. Okay, that's very simple. How else could you tell someone that you're happy, but add a little more detail to it?
Okay. Uh, I am very glad that I joined the concert.
Oh, okay. So she's going to direct it towards the concert. Yeah, like on the day that she went to the concert, she was probably feeling very good that day. Huge architecture, amazing sound, visuals, right? All that stuff. And so it's something she's been waiting to do for some time in Beijing. So it was quite I was excited for you. So I said, guys, the simple statement is I am happy. And Candy, you said again, what did you say? I am happy.
I am happy because of the concert.
Okay, she was happy because of the concert. She could say, I'm feeling incredibly happy because I was able to attend the concert tonight, right? So there's so many different ways, guys. This isn't a right versus wrong answer. She did enhance it. But you see, by adding a few descriptive words in there and given a target as to why you're happy, it's more pleasant to the listener. And it showed Candy's ability to modify something simple into something advanced. I am feeling incredibly happy because I received great news today. Or I am so happy because I'm finally home. It's been a very busy day at work. Yeah, those are kind of ways you can take a simple statement and turn it into something a little bit more textured, a little bit more advanced. Not hard, right? Pretty easy. So we're going to run through a couple of these with one person on stage at first because we'd like to make sure that everybody gets the idea and the concept. And of course, I will smooth it out for you because right now you'll be thinking of additional words. And so listen as we practice. I want you guys to be challenged with what the exercise is, but I'll also say it back to you maybe in a way that flows more smoothly. So if you guys don't have your pencil out, it might be a good thing to have so you can hear what the people on stage are doing. I'm over the moon, Vera says. Those are cool expressions from old black and white movies, but they had a way of speaking that was really refreshing. Very good. Good job. Hi, good to see you again, Vera. Sarah's here. She says she's new here, so welcome, Sarah. Ritaj. I feel like the chat has been so active, but I don't know what happened. It seems you don't look as good as you did before. Thank you, Dana. Not sure how to take that. Moneta, remove her. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Um, Hi, how are you doing? Remember, guys, in the chat, when you're reading the chat, most people here are working on their English. They might be translating directly from their native language, and sometimes their statements can seem a little rough. So don't jump to conclusions and think they're being rude or anything like that. Let's give them a chance to explain and that kind of thing. We know Dana, and she wouldn't say anything meaning to be rude or anything. Just wanted to make sure Moneta didn't just like. Um, all right, one more, Candy. She likes reading. She likes reading is the basic statement. How could you enhance that with some details? She likes reading.
She is fond of reading.
It could be. You could say something like that. You see how Candy's a little reserved. She's not sure of the exercise, so she's kind of walking softly. So you can add some where, when, whys. Why is she fond of reading? Where does she like to go reading? Yeah, that kind of thing. So the example says she enjoys reading historical fiction novels in her free time. So just like Candy did, she added something that worked and all of you can do it too. I know many of you are going to just add maybe one word, but as you get more comfortable with this, you'll realize a little bit more and more what we can do here. Ready? Are we ready to add somebody to our group here, Candy?
I
She's,
don't
she's like,
know.
I am ready to add somebody to the stage at this time, Jonathan. Yeah. So we're going to look for someone to add to the stage. If you want to come on the stage, you can raise your hand or you can ask us in the chat, that kind of thing. All right. Let's invite Karar. Hello, hello. There he is. Hey, hi, how are you? Is your audio on?
It seems like his connection is not very good.
Yeah, it's possible. Let's see if we can work with him a little bit. Hey, Karar, can you hear us?
Can, yes, yes. How
There we
are
go,
you?
there
What's
we
up?
go. We're doing
Yes,
fine. How are you doing?
maybe same.
Yeah, you're doing the same. It's good to see you. What time is it there?
What?
What time is it there?
Now 3:15 p.m. evening.
3:15. Oh, just
Yeah.
over noontime.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, is it
Yes.
what's the temperature?
What time? Temperature today? I am from Iraq in Basra. Temperature.
Okay.
Yes. 47.
47, Candy. 47
Yeah,
degrees.
degree. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Degrees.
And Iraq,
40.
Jahannam. Yes, degrees. Yes.
It's so it's summer. Sometimes
Yes.
I am in Las
Yes.
Vegas. I am in Las Vegas in the United
Yes.
States, and
Yes.
Candy's in China.
Welcome.
And
Yes.
here we
Welcome.
have
Welcome.
we have a
Nice to
severe.
meet you. Yes.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Today we have a severe
Nice to
weather
meet you.
warning because it might get up to 40 today. And he's like, "Oh, we're 47." Yeah, just relaxing. So 47 Celsius is pretty hot. But yeah, right
Yes.
now it's very
Yes. Very
comfortable
hot.
here.
Yes. Yes.
Do you understand our topic today, Karar? Do you understand what our topic is today?
Uh, yes. Can I ask you about angry?
About angry?
Yes.
What is that? What do you mean?
Angry. Angry. Oh,
Oh,
anger.
what would
Anger. Anger.
okay. What would you like to ask about that word, anger?
Yes. What do you do? What do you do when anger or when get anger?
Oh, what do we do when we get angry? Well, that's not our topic
Yes.
today, but are you
Yes.
trying to ask um, how to calm down when you feel angry? Is that what you're trying to ask?
Nice.
Uh, oh, yeah. And sometimes this happens. So, what do we do when we get angry? Well, I it is very difficult for me to get angry. Some
Yes.
people are angry fast. Um, it can
Yes.
help to get away from the situation. It can help to get away from the situation and
Yes.
breathe, calm down. Candy, what do you do when you're angry?
I'm kind of the person who are very easily to get angry. So yeah,
Wow. What
yeah,
do you do?
um, I try to calm down, cause
How do
Calm
you
down.
calm
uh,
down? We want you
take
to calm
take
down.
take a deep breath.
uh, did you break anything at home?
When I was a
Did you
child,
break?
I did. When I was a child, I did. I had anger issues when I was a young child, and I think I kicked the wall when I was 9 years old or 8 years old, and I tried to hide it. I put something in front of it, a trash can or something, and my mother found it, and she said, "What is this?" I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm a little bit professionally perfect
Per-
professionally perf-
perfectionist?
perfectionist. Yeah.
Oh,
So I schedule my plan and I schedule a lot of things. If someone or something just break my plan, I get very angry. It is
ha-
yeah.
don't. Yeah, calm down, Candy. Calm down.
Yeah, I I think being angry can cause a lot of sickness, and there are a lot of problems with my physical health. And when I went to the hospital, and the Chinese traditional doctor just told me and confirmed with me, can you, are you very sorry, are you easily got angry? And I said that yes. So the doctor just told me this is the main reason. There is a main symptoms on your body. So yeah, but it's
Yeah.
it's hard for me to control my temper. But I try to, and I also think that my temper or my anger has been changed a lot than before.
Okay. Well, good. That was a good question. And Karar, what do you do when you're angry? How do you calm down? How do you calm down when
Uh,
you're angry?
yes, yes. Uh, I just drink lemon juice,
You drink what?
like orange juice.
Orange
Any
juice?
difference? Yes,
Okay.
orange juice.
Okay.
Any any beverage.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's
Uh,
mhm.
yes, 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 yes. And come down. Then I come
Okay.
down. Yes, yes.
Take some time to drink some juice and calm
Uh,
down. Yeah.
yes. Uh,
Yep. Whatever Herbert says, he listens to music. Herbert in the chat says he listens to music. Monera says that's good. Gufran says lemon juice. That kind of a thing.
yes,
Yeah. And yeah,
yes.
do you have questions for us about English? We have a different topic today, but I know sometimes it's hard to get a good signal in your country,
Yes.
and you're excited to be here, and we want to help you. How can we help you today with your English?
Yes. Actually, I started before 3 months to improve my language English. Before all people in Iraq speaking Arabic, I need
Sure,
to
sure.
improve my yes. I need to improve my language English. I need it for work. And I am an
Oh,
engineer. Yes, I'm
oh,
engineer.
okay.
Yes, yes. I need to improve my English. What do you do
Oh.
doing? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Are you able to understand Candy and
Uh,
I pretty easily? Are you able to understand what we're saying? Are you able to understand the things that Candy and I are saying when we speak English? Maybe we lost some signal too. Yeah, maybe. Karar, can you hear us? Can you hear us now?
yes, yes, yeah, yes, 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 yes,
Okay. Okay. Are you able to understand us when we talk? Can you understand most
yes, yes,
of what we're saying?
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, yes,
okay.
yes. All, yes, 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 yes.
So
I
you can
understand. I grab anything,
understand.
anything,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
anything.
that makes sense.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So he understands a lot, but he's practicing how to speak, how to put his thoughts into words. Okay. That's good to know. That way we don't feel like we're leaving you behind. I will give you time for like one more question for us with when it comes to English, because we have a topic today that we want to get back to the topic. We want to go back to the topic. So, do you have any more
Oh,
questions for me or for Candy?
and what's the plan? to improve or develop the language or to speak English? What's the plan?
The plan, well,
Practice. Yes,
yeah, it
yes, yes,
depends on each person. Each person is different. So, depending on your goals and depending on how much time you have to achieve the goals, it also depends upon your learning style and how much time you spend practicing. So, those are four big things.
yes,
What your goals are, how long you have to achieve the goal, your learning style, and how much time every day you are able to practice.
yes,
So, those four basic things, it's different for each person, right? It's different for each person.
yes,
I
yes,
think
yes. I
I
know. Yes,
think
I
you
know.
could learn, yeah, I think you could learn quickly, but you have to be very consistent. You're a smart man. You have achieved a lot of things in your education, and now
Thank
you
you.
just need to
Thank you.
change it over
Yes.
to English. So I think within 6 months, your English will be much, much better.
6 months.
If you, yeah, within 6 months for you, if you practice every day and you find a language
Yes, yes,
partner or two language partners here, that you could enhance your English very
yes.
quickly because you already know how to use your brain.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. Does that make
Yes,
sense?
yes, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Karar. It was nice to meet you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day
Nice to meet you
and
too.
come see us again.
Thank
Come
you.
see us again sometime. Okay?
Inshallah, inshallah. Yalla, goodbye. See
Okay, my
you.
friend.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. Shukran. Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you.
He, he's a very kind man, and everybody, thank you for bearing with us. In that region of the world, it is sometimes very difficult to get a strong signal, and he found a strong signal with video option. Very intelligent man who just wants to learn more English. And sometimes we would spend the rest of the program talking with him. We started on a different path today, but thank you guys for being patient while we wanted to help him a little bit and get to know him and help him to enjoy some of the time on stage. Thank you, sir, and I know you're still listening, so thank you for being with us and for being patient with us. And thank you for not making Candy angry.
Thank you so
I,
much. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you. Today, guys, we're trying to talk about enhancing your English. So, basic phrases into something a little more detailed, something that will represent you better. Candy knows a lot of English, and when she's communicating her thoughts, she will use a lot of appropriately placed enhancing words. And she's
No.
very concise about what she says. So I listen carefully when Candy's given an answer. I know she's going to organize it, sometimes in 2 or 3 points to process her thoughts. And she does use a lot of good descriptive words, just like the right amount. But when we're putting her on the spot like this and I just give her a blank statement, it's a little bit more challenging for her because there's no context, there's no hints and clues like if you're talking with somebody. So it's a little more challenging, but she has shown you a couple of times how to enhance a statement. So think about who, where, when, why. Think about the who, when, where, and why, and what. That kind of a thing when you're adding to a statement. And we'll go through a couple examples. So if you're raising your hand to come on stage, we want to ask that your English level's a little bit higher, like intermediate, that your English level is intermediate, because we want to get into this topic that we've opened with and help those people who are prepared for this kind of a topic. So, no offense to anyone applying for stage. I know sometimes it can be hard to get on stage. So, I just wanted to say that before we invited anyone else up. A little bit. Yeah, it was a little bit. Um, yeah, I'm concerned when I see the comments, Candy. I don't I'm not sure those people are ready for this topic.
Hmm. I don't think you are saying the correct things because when I share something, I don't think I use a lot of the objective words because I don't think I have a lot of vocabularies to describe something by using the objective word. So it's not a true statement.
Oh, so if it's not true, you just said I'm lying? Is that
Yeah,
what you did? You said
yeah.
I'm lying. Well, interesting. Okay. All right. Well, how many of you in the audience think, number one, that I'm a liar, and number two, that I would tell Candy a lie to make her feel good right now?
You are not a liar, but I don't think, from my point of view about my English, I don't think I use a lot of objective words. This is also the reason that I want to reset the vocabulary to enrich my vocabularies to describe something. Like, sometimes I will describe at the hot days. I only use it is very hot. So I
Well,
don't know
that
how
and
to, yeah, I don't know how to
yeah.
describe as another objective word. Like, I know the scorching recently, So
Okay. Well, let's talk about that. So there's a pathway to develop in enhancing the statements that we make every day, and it's that stuff that's not fun to do, like spending the time to take a statement like it's hot outside, and then in your own time when you're not talking with someone, try to come up with several different ways of how to say it's hot outside. You have to load that in so that when you need it, it's there. There's a connection there. Your brain is familiar with the path that you're on, that you want to enhance it. So it does take some preparation. I meant the things I'm saying. I didn't mean to suggest that you have endless amounts of descriptive words and that you're always describing things with such detail. But when you are trying to summarize something or give an answer in a very constructive way, you often do add enhancing words to it. I think it's because you have a context, you have a greater understanding of what's expected, and you have a thought process that you just need to turn into English. It's not like you have to create it out of anything. You
mm,
already have it in Chinese, and so you and you find there is some connectivity with your
mm,
delivery. But if I put you on the spot and I choose the basic phrase, it's like a
yeah,
little bit challenging.
yeah,
So what we need there isn't growth and development. It's establishing a clearer pathway for you, just a clearer pathway because I know you have it in there. And so uh, everybody, this is part of the back. Everybody likes. Most people like to do the fun parts of English. That's why they look for a native English speaker. It's both an excuse when they don't practice because they don't have a native speaker, and it's also an objective. But it's not. It's not going to reward you that much because it's very difficult to find a native speaker to practice with, right? So you're delaying your own growth, everybody, when you have that as your only acceptable goal and you want to do the fun stuff, which is let's just talk. Let's just talk. And I'll use my English that I have. And that's not bad. That retains your English, that keeps it there. But when you want to level up, you need to be challenged. And when you find that there is difficulty with certain challenges, you need to practice building that pathway on your own. It's not the fun part of English. The fun part's doing it. Not the fun part isn't creating. So this is good that I've discovered something else with Candy and and probably with you guys when you're listening. I prefer that we spend the whole time discovering what I would call a small thing, like the connection between what you're thinking and how to add to what you're saying, than to continue down another path just to fill the time with words, right? So this is good, Candy. So when you're in private time and you're looking for something to study different from what you already do, you need to do some of this boring
mm,
work, which is write down 5 or 6 different ways to describe why it's hot today, right? It's hot today because it's so humid. It's hot today because I was running around all day. It's it's a scorcher today, or man, it really feels humid today. Um, or I was hot all day because the air conditioning wasn't working at work,
Mm.
right? So there's different ways you can add context to your statement or you can describe it. And it's not the most fun. It isn't the most fun, but in order for it to come out, it has to go in. And you can spend some time structuring those things, and then you can role play by answering when someone says, "Hey, did you feel like it's a little hot today?" Or "It feels warmer today than yesterday, doesn't it?" You know, that kind of a thing. So do you want to play with that one a little bit, or do you want to do something else?
No, I can play it because it will challenge me more.
Absolutely. You play with it, it will grow, and you'll have more things to access in your brain. So, guys, I hope this is making sense to you guys there. I'm very aware that we have an audience here. That what we're trying to say is most, I would dare say, most of you are what I would call intelligent, which means you know how to find information, you know how to apply information. It's intelligence, right? You go to college to discover your intelligence because of the curriculum. And so you have to find information, you have to put it together, and you have to share it. That's the process of intellect, right? And so Candy's said she needs some help with this. We're going to spend some time helping her to make that connection. So I don't have to teach her how to do that because she knows how to do it in Mandarin, and she does it to a small degree in English when she's sharing her summaries. So let's think of different ways to say that it's hot outside or to enhance that it's hot outside. Can any of you type some things in the chat that would give us some more to go by, like describing why it's hot or how it's hot outside, that kind of thing? I know some of you are getting it, so encourage everybody the rest. And I'll even challenge my slave over here by
Challenge your
putting
belief.
my slave. I have a slave. It's called ChatGPT.
Oh,
I say that because it's not a teacher. It's not a tutor. It's not. It does what I tell it to do, and it does it quickly.
I had some problems this afternoon about the Excel skills because I don't know how to figure out the question, the problems. So I just asked the chat GPT about the solutions and it gave me some answers about it.
Well, good. I think you just did another exercise right there, which was very effective. So you said why you had some challenges today and with what. You said with Excel. So you could have just started by saying, if I ask you, did you have a smooth day today? And you said, no, I had some challenges. You could have just stopped right there. But when you just told me now, you gave a little context. You said I had some challenges today with Excel. And so I asked, right? So if I'd have said, "Do you have a smooth day today?" No, I had some challenges today because I had problems with Excel and I couldn't think of how to do it. So I asked ChatGPT and it gave me some viable options or some solutions that I could try, right? So it's a little more enhanced. Did you see the crossover? You could have just stopped with, you know what I mean? But because you had that already put together in your head,
Yeah.
you just converted it to English. So this is a good example that many of you that are listening to this, you're you already have it in there. The capability is there. You just don't realize it. So we have to get to where you access that in your native thought patterns and bring it over to English. So Candy can think of several ways of how to say it's hot outside in Chinese. Um, but another one of the hurdles for you, Candy, is I don't think that in general Mandarin or the Chinese culture they are very wordy. You don't spend a lot of time using a lot of enhancing words. I don't think it's part of the normal way of responding. I think you guys are very minimal in how you answer. So some of this might be that dynamic of of enhancing your process a little bit. But do you see how you did that though? You did that effortlessly.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't think I did it. I effortlessly.
Yeah, you didn't even think about it because it wasn't called an exercise. I wasn't putting you on the spot. You were simply getting to where you could describe why you use ChatGPT today, because I said I was going to use it, and it brought up that information. It added some enhancement, and you shared it with me, and it was easier for you because it wasn't part of the challenge. You're
Mm,
just like, so that's the same thing. We want to make that connection between those processes because you're already doing it. You just need to do it on command instead of, on the side, right? You guys getting it? Hi Na Kang. Welcome, welcome. Dana says, so I think we'd better find a way to express our emotions. Well, a little bit. And that's one of the benefits of speaking in another language. We've talked about that before, that, you know, um, and it comes, I'm trying to minimize it, guys. That's why I'm glitching because there's other things I want to talk about, but I'm trying not to jump tracks because we already had a detour. Um, but it's about making that connection and thinking as it's more common in another culture or language. So in English, we have an expectation to add more detail, whereas in your country and culture, you might not. So that could be another thing that takes some practice, guys. Because someone said, unexpressed emotions will never die, they are buried alive and come forth later in uglier ways. Yeah, that's too deep. Thank you for sharing that though, Dana. Yeah. Okay, he was back on the anger thing. Well, we're not going to add anybody, guys, because if we add somebody right now, guys, it might take away. I want to make sure Candy makes that connection first. And it's the same with when you guys come to stage. We bring up one person at a time if you haven't been here before, because there's a lot of variables. Did you see with our first guest? Our first guest had a strong desire just to be on stage. And when they came here, they had no idea what the topic was about. And we tried to take care of him so that he felt like he learned something, but it was at a cost of 25 minutes on another route. So with Candy, she's a co-host, but she's also an English learner, ongoing, forever and ever. And when I discover that there's something I can help her with, I know I can help you with it as you watch me help her with it. So I hope you guys don't think it takes away from it. So hang in there with me. When Candy goes away into her evening routine, I'm not going anywhere. So we'll have time to bring you up. If your time is limited, you can choose to watch what I'm doing with Candy now, or you can go away and come back and use your time at getting on stage, right? Just be aware if your time is limited. And you can always direct message me, guys, and we can do a sidebar thing, okay? All right, back on track, Candy. Back on track. Getting so angry. I'm getting so
thank
angry.
you. I'm angry now. No,
She's
I'm
like, you
kidding.
use so many words, Jonathan.
I'm
Why
kidding.
do you
I'm kidding.
just go on and on?
I'm
All
kidding.
right. I know you're kidding. So it was hot out. It was blistering. It was sweltering. It was scorching. Now, we would say it's baking like an oven outside. You could say it's sizzling. Some of these options from the slave, ChatGPT slave, are not practical. So I don't want you to practice them because you're not going to sound natural. Many of you want to speak fluently and sound native. And frankly, most natives don't have this much vocabulary. We use certain
Ooh.
enhancing words, but we don't rotate them. It's so refreshing when I hear you guys speaking English because you often do things like we used to do. You make things sound so nice and so fresh and so different. So you can say it's like an oven outside. I'm baking. It's so hot out there. Ah, right? Or you can make a joke about it. I think I just lost 5 pounds between the car and work.
Oh.
You can make a little joke about it. It's a nice day outside, isn't it? Yeah, if you like saunas, if you like a sauna, yeah, if you want to open your pores on your face, you can make little cynical gestures like that, and that gives a little more visual. So, Candy, is it hot outside?
Uh, it is baking outside, and
It is baking outside.
yeah, and I just opened the air conditioner before I arrived at home
How
to
did
make
you
sure.
do that? By app?
Yeah.
That's cool. Wow, she's got a smart thermostat. That's cool. We can't. We have to manually move ours.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, so before I arrived at my home and the temperature at my house just goes down.
Okay, okay. Well, let's break that apart. So if I were talking to Candy and I say it was a hot one today, huh? And Candy could say, "Yeah, I know. I had to make sure my temperature was turned down at home before I got there because it was so uncomfortable on the
Mhm.
train." Right? So she talked about the train, the travel home, her smart ability to change her temperature at home before she got there. So yeah, it was so hot outside that I had to adjust the temperature at my house before I got there, right? So there's the details, guys, the who, what, where, why, when, how, whatever, whatever. Those things can add context and detail to your statements instead of just saying, yeah, it was hot, right? So you guys are getting the idea. Don't forget the sun cream. That's funny, Vera. You're so close, but it's sunscreen. Sunscreen. Yeah, so close. Sunscreen. Yeah.
If you just ask me the question during the conversation between me and you, I can answer not only the weather is hot, but also I can say some other things. But if you just challenge me that it is hot, what should I say? It is challenging for me.
It is. It is. You're right. And that's the test mode. Gufran said we're roasting here in Baghdad. So it'd be roasting, Roasting. We're roasting like you're cooking something, right? Is it hot in Baghdad? She could say, "We're roasting here. It's 47 degrees," right? So, good one. Roasting, ROA. Close, close, Gufran. Keep working it out. Keep working it out. Roasting. But did you see by the way your statement was, and it was related to heat, and you had a little visual there? I knew you meant the word roasting because you added some detail there, right? Dana, temperature is about 40 degrees in Shanghai. It's very hot here. Flower, roasting. Good job, Mina. And you guys, this I really I want to encourage you guys so much because do you see the healthy process going on in the chat? You guys there's no native speaker in the chat, but you guys together are helping each other to piece together what you're trying to say. And this is where I say working together can help you guys so much. You'll figure it out. You put all your brains together. Someone else knows a little bit more what to say. Yeah, roasting. Don't forget the sunscreen. And it probably, when people speak quickly, it could sound like sun cream in your ear instead of sunscreen. Yeah, in southern Saudi Arabia, the temperature now reaches 23 and heavy rain. 23 is a beautiful day, though.
Yeah, it's
23 is
comfortable.
nice. It's very comfortable. Very comfortable. Um, yeah, you guys get the idea. So Candy is getting the idea, and she mentioned something important. When you're put on the spot, when someone puts you on the spot, there's a different mode when you're being challenged or tested. Some people have test taking anxiety. Some people, when they go to see the doctor, they feel the doctor is going to make a judgment based on their vital signs or the information. So they're a little more nervous. Their blood pressure might be higher than at home. They actually have a syndrome called white coat syndrome, which means when you see a white doctor's coat, it makes your blood pressure go up because you're worried. You're worried you're going to have too high a pressure. You're worried they might put you on medication. You're worried they're going to ask you about your diet or your exercise. So it's different than if I were to ask you. And when I go into more of a teacher mode, Candy has a little bit of a frozen response. When she's telling me something casually, she already added details to it. So we just need to increase your confidence, which makes your fear go down. And it's by having experience, guys. Experience increases confidence. So even Candy, even our Candy, is a little intimidated by the pressure of a direct question, like question answer thing. And so we want to help her get through it. How many of you out there, you're welcome, Gufran. How many of you out there have the same experience that when you're talking casually with someone, you can achieve your results. But when it's a teacher or when someone just puts you on the spot, you freeze up. Yeah, 42 degrees in Kurdistan. Okay, thank you, Shino. And I know you guys are answering, and that's common. So, in order to get over that, you've got to practice, guys. And remember, the things that you don't enjoy doing are probably the things you need to do, is making that connection, uh, re-establishing that connection, making sure that your brain responds in that way, with martial arts and self-defense. It's important to establish a connection between what you want to do and how to do it before you feel the pressure of the moment, right? So you give some muscle memory to the action or for a reaction, right? So, for example, if someone grabbed your throat, then you're always going to break away where their thumb's at. You're always going to push this way because they can't hold on to you this way, right? So you would practice with a friend. Someone puts their hand on your throat, whichever way their thumb is, you want to push away from that. Because if you pull their hand this way, they're just going to push into your throat, right? If they have you like this and push that way, they're going to get a stronger grip. But if you break away this way and hit the inside of their hand, they can't hold you with their thumb. So it takes some practice. Obviously, in the moment, why is somebody grabbing my throat? This is so confusing. So you have to practice with your friend and do it faster and faster so that you create muscle memory and you know right away which way to push their hand away. Even as a small woman, it's going to automatically give away because they can't hold on with their thumb, right? So this is an example, guys. With your English learning, find out what is your freezing point when someone asks you, and then challenge yourself in practice over and over and over again until when the pressure's on and something catches you by surprise. Candy, how else can I say it's hot outside? She goes, "Oh, you can say it's a scorcher. You can say I'm roasting. You can say it's so hot. I saw dogs bursting into flames." The poor dogs, they took it for a walk. Burst into flames. You can enhance it however you want to add context and visuals. Yeah,
So I can
bursting into
describe
flames.
that I saw the dogs bursting in the flames.
Yeah, it needs to flow a little bit. When you're using humor, it's got to flow a little bit. So it's so hot outside. I just saw a dog burst into flames. Yeah, because people joke that Las Vegas is hot for the United States. Las Vegas gets it. We're right next to Death Valley, which is the hottest place in our country. So for us, it gets hot. But when you heard the people in the chat or saw what they were saying, they're way higher than our hottest temperature. Here in Death Valley, it gets over 50, 55 degrees, but no one lives there. That's why it's called Death Valley. Only death lives there. But some people in some parts of the world have to learn how to live in those extreme temperatures. All right, guys, we're going to jump into another one because I don't want to beat a dead horse, right? That's an expression. You don't keep going. Candy's so kind. She'll just keep nodding. She goes into co-host mode like, oh, yeah. Oh, look what time it is. I only have 8 minutes. She's like, 7 minutes. Okay. Okay. 6 minutes. Oh, I
You
think I
rem-
have to go.
you just remind me what time is it.
She's like, oh, I think I have to go. I know sometimes when it's like 1 or 2 minutes before the hour, Candy's like, I think I need to go. I mean, she's really not enjoying what's happening. She's like, I'll get a couple more minutes into my evening routine. I got one more for you there, um, young lady. Here we go.
I'm not young anymore.
You're making me tired. You're contagious. All right. All right. They went on vacation. So your statement is they went on vacation. Or I went on vacation. Let's make it personal because you can access more information. I went on vacation. So how can you enhance that statement? I went on vacation. Think about who, what, where, why, how, right? Tell me some details. I went
Okay.
on vacation. Candy, where were you last week? I didn't see you at work.
I was on the vacation because of the concert, and I went to Beijing. And I enjoy myself a lot. And the scenery is so beautiful, and I enjoy the concert and music a lot.
Okay, so Candy put it all out there so we can put it together and smooth it out. That's good. That's a lot more detail. And she was thinking detail. Her mind was thinking detail because I asked her to add something to it. And so now all we have to do is straighten it out. You know how something, when you get your clothes out of the dryer, they're clean, they're dry, and you just have to fold them so you can flatten it out and make it nice. Oh, I just got a package. What did I get? Oh, my toothpaste arrived.
Oh.
I order all natural toothpaste. There's no fluoride. It's just mint. It's even in a metal container, a metal tube. So I had to buy a metal curling thing so that the tube doesn't. It's kind of good. It's just mint. It's pretty good. But so Candy added some details, and she mentioned where she went. Where did she go, everybody? She went to Beijing, right? The place where they had the Olympics. So she went to, what did she go do in Beijing? She went to a, oh, yeah, it sounded a lot better than that though. But she went to a concert in Beijing. She went to a stadium in Beijing, right? What other details did she talk about? Yes, you see Candy on stage often. That's right, because I'm the host. She's the co host, right? So we co host together. We're part of this team. And we stayed with Candy today because we discovered an area we can help her with. Now she's got 5 minutes left, so let's try to let's try to help her out. So Candy said she went on vacation. That was the statement she had to enhance. I set it up. I set up the statement by creating a scenario. I saw Candy at work. Wouldn't that be great if we were able to work together, Candy, in the same place? That'd be awesome. And I could say, of course, I would already know where she went because we're friends also. But maybe a coworker didn't know. And Candy, I haven't seen you like in 4 or 5 days. Where were you? And she said, I went on vacation to Beijing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. I had bought tickets for a concert. I'd always wanted to go there. And I saw some friends while I was there. The concert was amazing. The weather was perfect. Not like here, where I just saw a dog burst into flames. I'm boiling. I'm roasting
Yeah,
over here,
yeah. It is
right?
also the thing that the weather in Beijing is also roasting.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys do like Candy did, and that's why I'm glad it's so raw here. First her brain was set on details, and she gave us a lot of details: the who, when, where, why, how, right? She could say she took a train or a plane to give the how she got on vacation. She could enhance it with, I had some friends there in Beijing that I wanted to visit while I was there. I also went to a concert that I've wanted to do for a long time. And now I'm in a place in my life where I can afford to take such a vacation. So I had a great time. But it's nice to be back to work. It's nice to be back to work and see your smiling face. Yeah.
It is a fake face.
Or she can say, but alas, I had to come back to reality. We all have to work. But I wish I could have stayed there another couple of weeks. Yeah. But that's great, guys. Remember, China is so big and so different that you can go to different cities in China, and especially for them, they can even have a different experience. Some parts of China are known for certain types of food and certain types of culture that's very distinct to the people in China, whereas maybe the rest of us wouldn't notice these things as much because it's all China to us. But Candy has places she wants to go and visit and see for certain reasons, and Beijing has been on her list for a long time. So do that with each other, guys. This is my challenge to you before Candy goes. It's my challenge for Candy. Um, that with your practice partners, or maybe you just saw people in the chat today that you enjoyed their comments in the chat, click on them and say, hey, I like the way you're responding. Can we practice together? So when you're practicing together, take a simple statement and then just throw out all kinds of details to each other and then iron it out, like put it together in a way that flows and then practice that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Candice?
Yes.
Yeah. Miss Cande? All right. So for the sake of her sleep program, which I'm glad she has a good one, we're going to bid you adieu. Or you have any other questions or comments, Candy?
Please have another one.
Ah, what? Oh, I'm bubbling inside. And there's
Oh.
has nothing. Yeah, it's good.
I'm bubbling inside. What do you mean
I'm excited. You know how you get all.
bubbling?
Yeah, I'm excited because Candy.
It means it means that I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
bubbling
Think.
inside. It is a slang. It is the idiom.
Yeah, or yeah, or a phrasal. I'm not. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's not literal. It's not literal, right? If someone said, "Oh, I'm not sure what I ate last night, but I'm bubbling inside," yeah, get away from
Oh,
them. Yeah, make the path straight to the restroom for them. Erase that. Erase that. Sorry. The context determines meaning. All right, let me give Candy another one. Oh wow. Okay. Um, the book is interesting. So the book is interesting is the basic expression. Candy, have you ever heard of To Kill a Mockingbird? That's a classic novel, by the way, guys, in American literature. Candy, have you ever heard of To Kill a Mockingbird? And Candy would say, I've heard the
no.
book is interesting.
If I just said I've never heard of this book before, so
Okay, let's get you back on track. What book have you read that you thought was
like,
interesting?
there is something in my mind like I want to say the book which is a Little Prince. So the little book, the reason why I want to read the Little Prince is I want to enrich my vocabulary, but I didn't read it uh, until I didn't finish it until now. But I feel like we can find ourselves in that book.
Okay, The Little Prince. So, Candy, have you ever read the book The Little Prince?
I read a little bit, but I didn't finish it.
Ah, was see? And so, adding the statement, it was interesting, she could say, I read a little bit, but I didn't finish it. But what I read was interesting,
I
right?
just read two chapters, but I forgot now.
Yeah. So we're going off of the phrase, it was interesting. The book was interesting. We brought up a book that Candy has actually read. And so she added the details that she only read a little bit of it. So taking the phrase, the book was interesting, and adding something to it, guys. You can add a lot to it. You can say the book was a little bit confusing at first, but then it became interesting. I only read 2 chapters, but I plan on reading the rest later. You can just add some stuff to it, guys. You can stretch it out, you can fluff it up, you can do things to it to enhance your statement and use your English. And again, if it's not that way in your culture, then you have to learn that kind of embellishment or enhancement. But it will challenge you to use more descriptive words. And as you create that expectation on your brain, then you'll find that you'll start doing it with other things, because you'll see that that's what's expected. One more, Candy, because I know they are dancing. All right, they are dancing. Hey, Candy, um, um, the scenario, like Candy is meeting me for hot pot, and she comes in, and I'm like, hey, Candy, what's going on over there? I hear laughter, and I see people moving around, and she'd say, oh, they're dancing, right? No big deal. But try to add some detail to that. So you came in, you're meeting us, you're meeting Monera and I for hot pot, and we ask you, hey, Candy, what was going on over there? We heard all kinds of commotion.
They are having the team building and they play a lot of games and the punishment of the game is to dance.
Look at all that. That just came out of her face. Candy just added the whole story. But you guys get the idea. Good job. Good job, by the way, Candy. She painted that picture, right? I was thinking they're having fun in my mind, and Candy was saying the punishment for what they're doing as a team build was the loser has to dance or has to do something to as an embarrassment, right? They have to do these things. So that's what wonderful things are going inside all of your minds. You have these details that you can fabricate to create more of a scenario. and it's there. You just had to be more encouraged to access that part of your brain. Fabricate,
Yeah,
fabricate to make
I'm
something. Yeah.
looking forward this word in the dictionary.
I saw you. I saw you. I saw you grab it. Oh, good job, Vera. Wow, she wrote To Kill a Mockingbird is a novel by the American author Harper Lee. Yeah, it's one of the few books that I read in school. Um, yeah, I like classic novels, not so much for the content, although their content is typically moral laden, meaning it has a lot of good morals in it. Um, so I like older novels because it was more of an art. They were emphasizing good moral codes, and they picked their words carefully. It wasn't just about the content, like, some of these contents are really horrible, violent, just inappropriate stuff. And in the 1940s and 50s, even before then, the craft of authoring a novel was expected that you would put in good morals, like storylines that drew you in and concluded with a good moral. So that's why I like the older novels. All right, Candy, you had some practice and you stayed a
Another,
little longer. I'm
another,
happy.
another. I'm bubbling inside. I'm bubbling.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
another new word, laden.
Laden. Yeah, my brain pulls them up because when I work with people, um, it draws things out of me. And so whenever I'm talking with you and I know you're being attentive, meaning that you're more in student mode than co-host mode, then the things that I am aware of, like this list of words I have to go over with you over here,
Thank
um,
you.
that
Thank
those things come to mind and I start thinking of how to enhance your experience that way.
Thank you so much. And you know,
Yeah.
as for tomorrow morning, during the way that I arrive, before I, sorry, during the time when I was in the subway station, I will recite and remember the words that I learned today.
Good. High five.
Bye
All
bye.
right. Get some rest. See you later, alligator.
Camaraderie. Am I right? Camaraderie.
Camaraderie. Yeah.
Right.
Camaraderie. Good, good, good. All
Bye
right.
bye.
See you later. Bye, Candy. Candy stays with us like the first hour, guys, or so. She's learned that giving herself time to settle down and not engage her brain, especially with another language. When you think about it, if she and I were just talking the same language, meaning if I were talking Mandarin with Candy, which would be super cool one day if she could communicate the way I'm sure she's amazing in speaking Mandarin, as far as the detail go with what she says. So if she were able to speak her native language and I were the one trying to think and speak in Mandarin, it wouldn't be as challenging for her brain, and we could probably talk longer. But when you're trying to think in another language, it's it's challenging and intriguing at the same time. This is Candy's looking for key words and new words. She's getting excited about certain aspects of it, and it stimulates her brain so much that if we talk up until when she's supposed to go to sleep, she might still be trying to process those words that she learned and things like that. So it's really cool that she gives herself that time to go ahead and relax before she goes to sleep. Well, Rabia, we're going to talk about the topic right now when I bring up Miss ZB. Hello, welcome.
Okay.
How are you?
Thank you. What about you?
Doing great. Doing great. Do you understand our topic for today?
Yeah, kinda. But I told you before, my level in English is A2, so I'm can't. I prefer you. What was that? I suggest you to choose the other one to help you to speak. I'm not so fluent.
Well, what we're doing here is we're trying to enhance people people's basic English. Yeah, so we're trying to enhance that or develop it. So instead of saying it's hot outside, you can say it is so hot that I had to run into the shade. I had to get out from under the sun. Just different enhancing. So you're right, it might be a little higher level for you, but you're here now and you have a good signal. And I know that you're taking time away from your family to practice your English. So, do you have questions for me that I can help you? I can help you with a question or two about your English.
My big problem about English is I don't know a lot of synonyms. For each statement, I just know the easiest way to speak. For example, I don't know synonyms for words.
Okay. So, that is the way most people learn though, is you learn how to answer basically, and then in the
Yeah.
future, you enhance your answers, right? You develop your answer more. So, I think for you at your level, it's exciting to be able to answer basic things consistently. So when you're talking with someone and you understand what they're saying, it feels good to at least be able to answer them basically, right? So
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay for your level. It's okay. Um, there is a lot going on inside of your head or anyone's mind when they're learning a new language. So I think you're doing okay where you are. It's okay.
Thank you. But when someone is speaking, if he use a little bit harder word or more sophisticated, I kinda confusing.
Right, right. Because you are not adjusted to hearing those words. So your brain is like, wait, why are you? I think I understand, but why did you use that word? Yeah, it's a little confusing. So when I talk with people and learn what level they're at, I try to adjust because it is important for you to feel encouraged. It's important for you to feel that you understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So as you develop your confidence, then your fear goes down. As you develop your confidence, your fear level goes down like this. So when you're more confident, you'll take more risks. You feel like, oh,
Yeah.
let's try. When you're afraid, you take less risks. So the only way to increase your confidence is by having an experience. You have to have an experience. So I think it is great that you're always raising your hand. You're saying, can I come on stage? You want to have more experiences so you can build your confidence, right? It's very
Yeah.
good.
Thank you. And I also study hard.
Yes. And we can work hard, but we also have to process what we're learning. So it's good to work hard, but then you need to process what you learned. So after you talk with someone, I'm sure you probably take notes, think about it, break it down, yeah, process
Yeah.
what you did with that person so you can understand it better. And the next time you understand quicker what's going on. Yeah, but it depends on who you're listening to. It really matters who you're listening to. So, what kind of things did you do today for practice? How did you practice your English today?
I have a group for a study and it's about reading book. I have some friends. We daily read book and English book. And after that, we work on our pronunciation. And we today for 2 hours we were study that book.
Wow, that's good. That's very good. That's committed. That's a good commitment to doing that. So, if you picture like building a city. In your brain, you're building a new city. So you have one city that is your native language. It's well developed. There are big buildings. There are strong roadways. There's organization. There's planning. Everything makes sense in your language because you've been using your language your whole life. So in English, it's another city. First, you have to clear the land. Then you have to start to think about where you're going to put certain things, and then you make a pathway to those things. And so learning English is like that. It's one pathway, one structure, one thing at a time. And as it builds, it begins to make sense. It begins to be faster. The dirt path turns into a gravel path. And then
Mhm.
eventually it becomes wider and you can drive a car on it. It's like building a whole new city. You have to take the time with each part and then connect it. So you're doing great because you're spending time developing this new city called English. Sometimes you're trying to build it like your city, but you find it's very different. So English is different than with your native language, but there are some things that are the same. So you're going to do well. It's a process. You cannot make it go fast. It's a process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take your time, enjoy it. It's a fun process. Just enjoy it. For example, what we're trying to do today, if it is hot, is it hot outside where you live? Is the weather hot today?
Yeah, I'm roasting.
Good job. That's great. That's great. And those of you who are just joining us, she brought up an expression that was shared earlier in the chat that roasting, of course, is a cooking term. It's a term that refers to the oven. Maybe you're roasting duck or you're roasting chicken, right? It's a long process of high heat. And so in the United States, if it's a hot day, we might say, it's so hot, I'm roasting. I feel like I'm just spinning around, baking evenly because it's so hot. I can't get out of it. I can't get away from it. It's so hot. So good. You used that very good. Very good.
Thank you.
It's so hot outside, I'm roasting. Yeah. And so that's just what we're working on today because many times, Miss ZB, many times we're working with people at a very basic level. And so occasionally, I will announce a topic like this that can help some people in the middle to understand and enhance their English, right? But most of the time, we're working with people who are just learning, like you are. Did you understand? Like 50%,
Yeah, yeah,
60%?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool, cool. Yeah. Good. Do you have any other questions? Do you have any questions about the process of learning? Or do you want to do some examples? What would you like to do? It's your time. I won't bring anyone up because I think that right now we're developing Miss ZB's English. If I had two or three more people here, it'd be too busy, guys. It would be a long time before I got back to her. And so please understand the process. She's not VIP. She's limited in time. I know she's away from her family. I know that learning her English is very important for her to make a sacrifice like that. So we're just going to do this for a few minutes, guys. So be patient. It's my day off from work. I have nowhere to be. So after Miss ZB and I are finished, we will open the stage again. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay? All right. So anything for me, Miss ZB?
No, but if you have some suggestion to me, because you are more experienced, I'm all ear.
Great expression. I'm all
Yeah,
ears. That's great. Everybody, one of the biggest challenges with American English is we use a lot of phrasal verbs and we use a lot of idioms and we use too much slang, guys. We're making our speech lazier and lazier. So In order to understand us, you have to be aware that we're going to use a lot of expressions that cannot be interpreted literally, right? I'm roasting doesn't mean I'm actually in an oven. It just feels like I'm in an oven, right? And so it can be confusing if you don't know that. Dana says how to spell the word which is used to express it is hot. Roasting. Roasting. Good job, Dana. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. Good job. Okay. So, what was your question again? I'm so sorry.
My
What was,
question,
yeah, what was your question? What did you ask? Sorry.
I told you if you have suggestion for me to enhance my English better. Yeah, I'm listening to you.
I think it's just practice. I think it's practice. Um, I use other examples because some people can relate to it. You need to develop muscle memory. Muscle memory, which means when someone is asking a phrase or talking about a topic, you need to have certain responses that you put in your brain and practice, practice. So your brain will